Crew members, what it be?
What's up, everybody?
Well, that was awkward, but do you know what today is? It's an amazing day.
What's today?
Wes, do you know what today is? If you don't, I'll tell you.
Can you please tell me? I don't know what today is.
Do you know what? Do you know what today is?
What is it?
It's National Video Game Day.
National Video Game Day.
Woo!
Oh, it's our one day. It's our day.
Our day, baby.
It's our day.
I think
It's everybody's day.
It's everybody's day.
It's everybody's day, but as gaming podcasters, it's our fucking day.
It's our fucking
Yeah,
it's our fucking day.
we don't have E3 anymore, so this is what we get.
Well, fingers crossed.
Ain't that the
Hopefully we get
fucking
it next year.
Whatever we get, it's not gonna be anywhere near what it used to be.
Yeah, you're right. Well, that's because all the companies are now doing their own thing, which I think we also talked about in a podcast earlier. Kind of like because then you can see the exclusive content.
Plus, dude, it gives us a lot of shit to fucking talk about, man.
That's true.
It makes our content that much better.
Yeah, you're right.
But fuck yeah, happy National Video Games Day to all y'all video gamers out there, whatever you play.
Crew members, crewbies, enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Fucking take it in.
Right.
That's what she said.
And she lied to you too.
She did.
She's like, that. What is that? Is that? Oh, I know what that is.
Did you get bit by a bug? What is
that? It looks like a. It looks like a bean.
Ew. Okay. Ew.
Ow! That is a bean. How'd that get down there? So as Wes is dying, we do have a couple games, a couple things to talk about. A couple of trailers we watched had to do with the second half of GamesCon.
Yeah.
So, real quick, the first game we're actually going to talk about, Wes and I found interesting, and here goes Andy's.
His face already changed.
His face, as soon as we're about to talk about this game, Wes and I were actually pretty excited about this game. I think more so not behind the concept of the game, but everything that led up to it, including the soundtrack and the voice actor or the narrator.
Yeah.
That we are kind of hoping.
We're hoping that it
is
is a part of it in some way, shape, or
form. Is the game away? But I just said that earlier. So
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
so let's just let's give them the whole
Yeah.
thing. So the game's called Away: The Survival Series. It is an action adventure survival game.
I just got pointed at for like some awkward reason. But anyway, I guess I'm picking up for Wes here.
You're the one with the synopsis.
I have a synopsis.
You have the synopsis of the game.
Oh, the game. Got it.
Why did you just look at your feet like a synopsis? A synopsis. Like a synopsis. Something was going to be on your foot.
Oh, back to the game really quick. It's inspired by nature documentaries. Away, the survival series, a third-person adventure game that takes you on the Sugar Glider's breathtaking journey into the wild. As cataclysmic storms bear down on the planet, immense... What? No, I said immense, and I meant immerse. So don't give me
this motherfucker gave you the thumbs up, like,
hey,
right on, dude.
Right on, brother.
Well, because
solid wording.
Well, because he only had one O in Storms. That's why I was proud of him.
Oh, fair. Thank you. Appreciate that.
What do you want, 10 seconds
So
delay?
not immense. Immerse yourself in nature and explore a vibrant world brimming with life, but beware of the dangers that lie ahead.
So one of the cool things, yeah. I honestly thought there was more in there. My bad.
No, that's about where it stops.
Okay.
I mean, I could tell you what you get.
So
to
we talk
do.
about the dangers that lie ahead. Like we saw dealing with a scorpion as one of the things you got to go up against. You mean being a sugar glider? I thought that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. And
Andy, do you have anything?
On the dangers that lie ahead, anything that's larger than...
No, just the game. Mm-hmm. It looks like this is going to be Wes and I.
No.
All right,
it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm interested
in the concept of the game.
in the concept.
and he will never tell anybody that he bought it.
Again, that's one of those
no.
offline deals. I'm offline. I'm playing. Hey, Andy, you want to play Chell? No, I'm sick. What? You're at home. That has nothing to do with it. Shh, don't tell anybody I'm playing a
No,
sugar
because
glider game.
you know I'm way too brutally honest. Like, dude, what are you doing? I'm out here sugar gliding, bro.
I got poop in my pocket.
Seriously, that's the only thing that seriously, the game looks
He
cool.
goes into this
The
every
game looks
time.
so cool, but then at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm a sugar glider. Like, how did we land on this? Of all the things you could be, I thought they were like domestic pets. Why are they even out there?
Why not?
What?
They didn't
The same
start
reason-
as domestic pets.
I don't know what they are.
Well,
Like I said, it's like a bat fucked a squirrel. I don't know what it is.
I'm actually pretty sure they're a marsupial.
Ooh. $10 words, sir.
Thank you.
He
even gave you that shitty grin like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what I said,
Thank you.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Got your ass.
Yeah, it's on my calendar today.
No, it's not.
He looked on the calendar too, like it might. Oh no, it's not there. It's not
That's
there,
not
guys.
marsupial. No.
But yeah, I don't know. But it looks interesting. I'll certainly watch one of y'all play it.
Of course, one of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I won't play it myself, even if I borrowed it.
No, I'll borrow it. I'm just not paying $60 for it.
That's
so
fair.
we do know that the game's coming out in 2021.
Yep.
And it's coming out for the PlayStation 4 and Windows.
Steam.
This
Yeah.
fucker is gonna win Game of the Year. I fucking know it.
You know
I
what
know
though?
it. I
So
know
here's
it.
the thing: it might not win Game of the Year, but if it comes to soundtrack, this is one of the things that Wes and I talked about, and I looked it up because I was just super curious. There's a gentleman who does all type of narrating for anything that has to do with
The planet.
the planet. Period. Whether it's literally like the Blue Planet, the series on BBC, or
Planet
anything,
Earth.
Planet Earth, and it's David Attenborough, and Andy's over here trying to talk to Siri for some god awful reason. But anyway, I found this on their website. I thought it was really cool, and it talks about the enchanting soundtrack. It says, having worked on soundtrack for nature documentaries such as Life on Planet Earth 2, they partnered with the award-winning composer and audio director Mike Resnick to compose the enchanting orchestral score for the game Away. Now, the narrator you get to hear is David Attenborough
In those normal shows.
in those normal
Yes.
shows. So it sounds like he's part of this as well. It doesn't say anything about him being part of the show, but I thought it was really cool. And even Wes kind of gave me that, like, yeah, that'd be pretty badass if he was
Oh no,
part
it
of the
definitely
game.
would be. And I mean, look, if at all, like I said before, which we actually deleted, but hopefully, hopefully he's like the voice director. You know what I mean, of whoever is doing the narration, which I think would be pretty cool because he could definitely give you, that inside look of of how to go ahead and have that delivery.
Absolutely, and the fact of the matter is like if you've ever seen any of his documentaries, if you were to hear him and it is actually him, it's gonna like me personally anyway, it'll draw you more into the game. If he's like narrating your life as a sugar glider, that'd be pretty badass. That's pretty cool.
Now you see a wide-tailed scorpion, and he just
Yep.
just go and just do his thing. It's like, oh man, I'm 100% game.
Yeah, absolutely be cool if that was him.
Yeah, so like we said before, that one comes out in 2021. So the next game that we have is called Ghost Runner. And Ghost Runner is set in the future after a global cataclysm. Make sure I said it right this time. A city in a giant tower that has the last bastion of humanity. You have implants determining your various castes within the system. So it kind of has that like over in India, over in the country of India, they have that caste system, to where you have like the higher ups, the elites, and you have like the untouchables, you know what I mean? Like stuff like it has that type of that part of the community.
Yeah.
So violence and poverty lead to a rebellion, and you as a player, you assume the role of the hero who can fight in both the physical world and in cyberspace.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Into which the gameplay, we didn't get to see the cyberspace part, but we obviously saw the gameplay in the physical world. And the whole point of the game is to defeat the ruler, whose name is the Keymaster, and the game's mechanics, which we also found out were a one-hit, one-kill style.
Now, does it say anything about the one-hit, one-kill that it works in opposition?
both ways?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that too.
I think
It would seem unfair if it didn't, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing one-hit, one-kill, I would.
I wanna play by
I
the same
hate
rules.
games like that, but
I'm fine
I
with
want
that
the
thought.
same rules. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to die with one-hit, one-kill. Would just make it 10 times harder,
but it would also make the game a lot more fun.
and kind of realistic to a sense that one shot.
I mean, especially with a sword.
Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
From what
you're
we
not
saw,
wrong.
it did look cool though. Like there was a lot of wall running, but that shit,
Yeah.
it looked seamless though.
It
like
did.
it didn't.
It
Yeah.
did.
And
It
the way
was
you were able to combo attacks after doing that,
smooth. Yep.
yeah, it looked really
Yeah.
good.
slow down time. There was like an aspect where like when he jumped off of like I guess it was like a
It
not,
was like a billboard, I thought, right?
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
he was wall running on like a billboard.
A billboard.
He was wall running on a billboard that he moved. No, but anyway, and after it shifted, I guess he looked like he had a power that he could like shift the
I feel like
billboards.
I
and
feel
shit
like that's
that.
part of the cyberspace
Yeah, and
battles.
he ran off of it, slowed time, and then slash-a-gassed the dude in half, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It was just
Yeah. So it's there's
was neat.
definitely combat, platforming, puzzles.
Yes, it is. It is labeled as an action platformer, and comes out 2020, so later on this year.
Hell
and
yeah.
It's going to be coming out for the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, and Steam.
cool. Very cool. So maybe we'll see it jump to the new console then too.
I hope so.
That'd be
Dope.
nice.
I really do.
Well, if it's going on Xbox, you'll probably see it on Game Pass. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah,
Nope.
Or, if anything, backwards compatibility, which
Yep.
is something that, once again, Microsoft is just notorious.
Yep.
I mean, they're just known for.
Absolutely.
So the next one that we have is something that we thought was pretty. I mean, we watched like a 12-minute fucking gameplay run of it, something like that, like
Something
10,
it was
10
like,
12 minutes.
I think it was like, it was between. Oh my fucking god. Hi, can I have more soda, please? It will fix this problem.
I don't think it will.
No, it fucking won't. Between. I'm just saying it different ways so people know that. Anyway,
You can't say it.
I can say the word between. Interesting, right? Solid word. That's my 50-cent word of the day. If you'd like to know, I have a book of words that equate to money. Wes.
That he pays himself to, which is really weird.
Yeah, it's like a jar of money of words that I have said.
So the next game we have to talk about is from the developers Game Bakers, and the game is called Haven.
Correct.
So in this game, you are in an action RPG about everyday love and rebelling against the rules. You play as U and K, escaped to a forgotten planet, and you play as the two lovers settling in an unknown world, survive together, glide around the planets. You camp, you restore the planet from what is called the Rust, and you got to fight to go ahead and do so. And all that matters is that you stay together.
Really?
Yeah,
So the objective is to stay together.
that's what it sounds like.
Well, that's silly.
So the game is coming out on Steam, Xbox, Switch, PS4, and the cool thing is that it's coming out on Game Pass, which is just
It's on the it's on.
we
their
have a
actual
bunch
website.
of Game Pass news. You know what I mean? Later on today, later on the podcast. They're really making strides to try to make
Yeah, well,
you
you're
really
talking.
want it.
It's well, what we're going to talk about is what you told me before we even started the cast, which really made me go.
Yeah.
Xbox is probably coming out before PlayStation. No, wait, Xbox is coming out before PlayStation.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to buy that first, I think. The cool thing about Haven, though, is like the way that it was drawn. It has that cell shading with pastel colors. It has like a feel of, I guess you could say, Breath of the
I
Wild.
was about to say, shocker, we get another cell-shaded game that we compare to Breath of the Wild. That's like
But
our
you're-
thing
look,
now.
so-
but I mean,
it's
that's
the first thing you think now. Why are you throwing things at me? It's not that deep.
It's that deep.
So here's the thing. So I would look at
Breath of the Wild.
I would say it has that Breath of the Wild feel, but it also looks like a game that I've recently started messing around with called Spellbreak. I mean, it has also that type of animation style to it,
Okay.
which is pretty neat. I mean, it's that like a that Japanese style, almost anime-ish
Right.
drawing way.
Very cool. I can
So-
get behind that. I like it.
But yeah, man, like a lot of what you see with the game has to do, with this couple. And apparently, okay, I just watched this. All right, so I watched this little GIF that just popped up, and apparently you can heal. Is it a GIF or a GIF? Do you guys know?
Anyway, you can heal.
Isn't it GIF? I forget. Hold on, I'm about to look it up.
It's a Giphy. If you know what, check it out. Ready? No, don't even. It's a Giphy GIF.
It's a Giphy GIF. All right, so I just found this Giphy GIF to where that one character was low on health, and the other one
She healed him.
She
Well-
healed him by hugging him.
I've never been injured and said, "Hey, hug me. I feel better now." I wish it worked that way.
I mean, that would make it pretty damn interesting.
But they did show in the trailer that he was injured. His name is Kay, right? Her name is Yu. His name is Kay?
Yes.
Okay. So in the trailer, I did notice that he was injured. They were sitting around a campfire, and she patched him up and healed him.
So one thing we should talk about with this game that we didn't talk about already is the fact that it is a turnstile
Turn-based
game.
RPG.
Yeah, turn-based game. I mean, when you deal with enemies.
Is it an
And-
RPG, though?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, I know. Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's an action RPG.
Oh.
Action platformer RPG.
It is.
So,
GIF, by the way.
Sweet.
okay. I figured.
No, it's a Giphy GIF. Shut up, Andy.
I like Giphy GIF better.
Boom.
But
Use it.
when you deal with the enemies that have what's called the rust on them, after you beat them, you can pacify them. And
Yep.
when you pacify them, you cleanse them of this blight, essentially.
Yeah, it's pretty
And then they can go ahead and be normal animals doing their normal thing.
That was pretty cool.
I thought that was badass as hell, man.
Neat concept.
Yeah, so it's coming out in 2020. We don't know exactly when yet. I'm guessing it's going to be close to probably release of maybe the Series X or something along those lines.
Probably.
Or maybe a little closer to like Thanksgiving or Christmas.
No. Yeah. It's going to be soon. It's gonna be close enough to the release of the actual consoles themselves. Again, because like you said, it's coming out on Game Pass, so
Yep.
you might actually see the release with the same day. Who knows?
So the last game that we have to talk about is
I'm clapping, by the way. That's a
now
clap.
about a month ago. Our boy Mike Clyburn from Twisted Cape
Hell yeah, Mike.
threw a tweet out on Twitter about this game called a tweet out on Twitter. Yeah, God forbid he didn't do it anywhere else. It's a game called Black Myth.
Looks so good.
It's so sick.
It looks fucking incredible.
So sick. To me, it basically looked like a mix between.
I forgot he was still here. He's been quiet the whole time.
It's nice to just not talk sometimes.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Fair. Well, normally you two do most of the talking.
Touche. But to me, it looked like the combat itself looked like a mix between Jedi Fallen Order and
Yes.
And when we were watching that boss fight, I got like some Horizon vibes off it too.
I can see
a
that.
little bit, like the way he was bouncing around.
I could definitely see that.
And shit like that. But it looked super dope. Now you said it deals with the what is it? The Monkey Kings or the Monkey God? What the fuck are they?
Monkey King.
The Monkey King.
Monkey
The Monkey
King.
King. Which was new to me until I watched it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Ant, you want to do a little bit of research on the lore?
So I'm just going to cut him off really quick. So in Chinese mythology, Sun Wukong, also known as the Monkey King, is a trickster god who plays central role in Wu Chang's an adventure novel and the journey to the west. A little bit behind him, he's blessed with unmatched superhuman strength and the ability to transform up into 72 different animals.
Which we got to see some of.
And objects.
So what we got to see with the 13-minute gameplay was that he transformed into the golden cicada.
That was cool. That was pretty badass.
And I mean, that's where you start. I mean, when you first see the gameplay, you just see him just flying around. You're looking, going, why am I looking at this beetle? You know what I mean? Just fucking just going.
Yep.
And then once he gets past everybody, he just fucking just transforms back into a monkey dude. I'm like, oh shit.
Don't think you're gonna see him transform into a sugar glider.
Do you realize how long he waited? Because he was looking at me with who I was talking about.
What?
He waited so long to say that.
I bet he can.
I mean, I'm sure he could, but
All
he
right,
wouldn't.
then.
But he wouldn't.
All right, then.
You don't know what he's going to do.
Oh, I mean, I guess.
Don't.
I guess if there's a bad guy whose pocket he wants to shit in, he'll turn into a sugar
I got a
glider.
bag of shush. You want some of it?
Was it in your pocket with your sugar glider?
Yep. With the
Is
shit.
it covered in shit?
It's covered in
sugar shit?
It's covered in sugar glider shit. Would you like some of the shush?
Continue.
Yeah, so in the game you play as Sun Wukong is the is the Monkey King, and you fight through an assortment of enemies with the ability to transform into flying insects and or giant monsters.
72 objects and or animals.
Well, that's the traditional lore as opposed to what the game gives you.
Oh, you never know. The game might give you that much later on down the road.
So here's what we don't know when the game's actually coming out. What we do know is that it is going to be for the next gen models. It is going to be for the PS5 and the Series X, and also for Steam.
And I'll tell you what, the gameplay that we saw, given how early on it is in this pre-alpha footage, looked clean. If it released this way, you'd have no problem spending whatever amount of money they want.
Absolutely, 100. I agree with you.
So
100%.
knowing that they're going to clean it up more is crazy.
The only thing I saw in that gameplay that made me go, okay, yeah, this is definitely a pre-alpha, was with that giant wolf battle at the end.
The fur,
the way the fur was. You mean because the way the fur like just moved?
Yeah,
it didn't look the way it should. But meanwhile, the fire. You know what I mean? You mean the fire off that one bow staff looked
more
insane.
realistic than actual fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw that look?
Yeah, like I definitely thought he wanted was not the look of I'm about to say something.
That's what
that was the look of the video game fire. Looked more real than fire.
Oh, yeah. See,
this is why I want to throw my phone at him, folks.
See, there's these things called words. You can use them.
No, I just like making faces. Like you did earlier when we talked about the game away.
This trailer, this 13-minute that we watched this gameplay has had over 12 million views.
So there you go.
And if you haven't seen it, definitely go on YouTube and check it out.
We mentioned it. We
100%.
mentioned it last month at one point. You know what I mean? But at that point, none of us watched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is you are doing yourself a disservice if you do not check that shit out.
You don't even have to watch the full trailer. Just take 5-10 minutes and peep it. You're gonna be the happiest person you've ever been.
It looks
for a video game.
It looks so great.
And then sad knowing that it's not coming out like a month from now.
I know.
But
the only part. But the cool part about this that we also did mention that it's a Chinese indie company, which is
that's cool.
I'm really hoping to see. I mean, granted, I don't know if this is their first game. more than likely.
The developer is named Game Science.
Okay. If this is their first game and their first shot at a game, holy
bravo.
Shit. Holy shit.
Fucking bravo.
Yeah, holy shit. Let's just say that.
Wow.
And hopefully we get to see a little more from them in the future. Andy just slapped his lip. Boy, what you got? What you got, son? Discredit what I just said, please. I'm actually being serious. Please tell me that they have created other bangers that we know about.
Well,
I would love to hear that.
As we wait,
I'm actually trying to.
There's a sugar.
When I type them in, I'm getting
head.
this. I'm getting the stuff for Black Myth, but I'm also
Oh shit!
I'm also seeing Connect Adventures on here. So I'm wondering if they also made the Connect Adventures game as well.
While we wait, look at Andrew's face. He's in his natural habitat. He's slowly.
Oh no, that's
taking on
why.
his time.
Fucking Google out here just fucking picking words because science is in there. It was developed by Good Science Studio. Bitch ass motherfucker.
There's also the guy who was talking to Siri as we were trying to podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Right on.
But no, to piggyback off what you were saying, like if this is your, it does look like they've only got 2 games. I don't know if the other one was made yet, but they only have 2 games that popped up when I typed them in, which was Black Myth, obviously. Oh, and in 2016, Art of War: Red Tides, which was for PC.
That sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
But we won't talk about PC because you're gonna get all fucking Bert hurt.
Bert hurt.
Bert hurt.
He's gonna get Bert hurt. But yeah, if this is their,
This is their first shot at like a big name console game.
it looks great.
Phenomenal.
My
Putting their
God.
best foot forward, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'll tell you what, they're setting the bar incredibly high for themselves.
That's also true.
There is look of DLC post the game coming out too. So I mean,
no shit.
yeah,
Sick.
Sweet. Let's
so
go.
we have
He's right.
we have a lot to look forward to with this game.
If they're doing DLCs, that you may see, more transformations that you can make and stuff like that. Like,
That'd be pretty cool, right?
Yes.
I mean, well, because you did get to see at the end of that when he was fighting the one boss battle, you did get to see him produce multiple copies of himself.
Yes, which you said was
Which
also
looked like
part
about-
of the lore.
Yeah, which also looked like it was about 72 of them.
And that wolf guy knocked him out in a fucking heartbeat.
Right? Oh, another cool thing about the game, I'll just throw this in there really quick, is that it's a destructive environment.
Yes.
Which I thought was
that was
absolutely
cool.
cool for like this style of gameplay. I thought it was really badass.
seeing that big ass wolf just rampage through
fuck
shit.
yeah, just fucking
Yeah.
tearing shit apart.
Even
Loved it.
I mean, even on the roofs, you know what I mean? It was like
Yeah, you would see the shit. You would see the
you see
clay
the shingles
shingles.
come
You'd see
down,
the clay
yeah.
shingles slide down as he's climbing up the roof. I was like, damn, dude, they thought of everything. As he sets the thing on fire, there's either patches of burnt fur or like Wes
or
said,
it's down to the flesh.
down to the flesh. I was
Yeah.
like, dude,
It's cool when companies think of those fine little details.
that's what makes a game.
Yeah, that's what sets
really
it apart
good.
from.
It does. It would set you apart from winning Game of the Year or just winning some awards. We'll say.
Yeah, hands down. So, those 4 are the main ones we have to talk about. We do have a bunch to get on, y'all, with some news. So, let's kick it. So, we got some fun stuff today in the news. We're going to start off with the Ubisoft Forward that came out mid last week, I believe.
Yeah,
when it
I'm
dropped.
pretty sure it was like on a Wednesday at like 10 o'clock, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm at work. I can't watch this.
Yeah, I know. I saw a bunch of my people posting about it.
Yeah, it was
and
like
I'm
it was
I'm
just
God
like
damn,
it was like
come
an
on.
awkward time. It was like this. What is going on here?
So one of the first things we saw was the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I never actually played the game itself. Love the concept of the game. Looks great. The remake looks great. I mean,
The biggest thing I remember about that game was the fact that I remember it coming out for GameCube.
right.
You know what I mean? I know I didn't buy it, I didn't play it, but I knew people who did have it.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, Prince of Persia definitely was one of those series of games that it was acclaimed. You know what I mean? It was definitely something that a lot of people liked. And so we know that is going to be coming out January 21st, 2021.
Yep.
And Another one that we saw was actually we were talking a bunch about. It was a side scroller, old school like 8-bit looking game. It's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the complete game edition. It's representing the 10-year anniversary.
Yep, hands down, such a fun movie to watch.
Great movie.
I've never actually played this game either, but after seeing, I remember the original trailer to the game. But seeing how they're bringing back the game itself for the 10-year anniversary with like the what the hell was it again?
Well, I mean, you're also
getting like other characters.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
you're
game
getting characters that were released in other DLC packages.
Okay, so perfect. So
such as Knives Chow and Wallace Wells.
Okay, so there you go. That's perfect. The game looks, it looks like it has that feel of just old school video games. It looks like a lot of fun. There's just something about the way the game looks, period. It gives you that nostalgia.
It's got that Super Nintendo,
yep,
type of look to it. And this one's coming out holiday 2020 for the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Sweet.
And all right, so here's one that we weren't even sure we were watching a gameplay a trailer when we first put it on, but definitely got into it. It was Immortals: Phoenix Rising.
Oh yeah, that game looks really good. What was the original?
So the original name of the game was called Gods and Monsters.
Okay, see, I don't remember that.
Yeah, so that popped, I want to say early this year. Late. I'm pretty sure you were deployed by the time we first saw anything about it.
Okay, that's fair.
And because it looked like a cool game. It looked like it has to do with I believe it's Greek mythology. Medusa that's what is Medusa Greek or is she Roman?
No. Medusa is a Greek mythology.
Okay, yeah, because you see her in this re-release of the trailer, the re-reveal, and you're playing as this the female character who's obviously the main hero, and she is just going ham.
She looks badass. She's got per the trailer, she's got a ton of abilities.
Yes,
which is awesome.
Yeah, you literally are a god. It's just, we don't know much about the game, so I'm not sure whether we can actually, create her or customize the character per se.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think, and actually we did talk about that. It'd be pretty cool. Like either you have like a main body character that you can play as, like her, right? Yes. Or you have the option to build your own character or
build your own god.
Build your own god, or use her as a base and build your own god. That would be pretty cool.
I agree. And best part about it, release date is December 3rd, 2020.
Yeah.
So that's not that far off, man.
Not far off at all. The new consoles will be out at that point in time, which means it'll be out for the new consoles more than likely. Yeah, man, that's a game that's going to be a game to behold. That's going to be cool.
Absolutely. Next one I have is something we actually just got done watching. It's called Riders Republic, and you were telling me about what it.
So Ubisoft created a game a while back called Steep. I'm pretty sure while I was deployed, it was actually one of the free games of the month.
Okay.
It had to do with all of your X Games style type of sports
and more.
Yeah. Well, this one is and more.
Yes.
But basically, it was like snowboarding, skiing, the wingsuit,
downhill biking.
This one.
Yeah,
I'm still talking about Steep.
Oh, and then the rocket,
and the rocket backpacks. It looks like they basically took Steep and then just added a whole bunch of other elements to it, which I thought was pretty cool. Because that game as a whole was a really neat concept.
Yeah.
And having the ability to do all that kind of stuff was actually pretty cool to see in video game form. So having it looks like it's a little more of an aggressive style on this new take of the game. I guess you could say it looks like.
Yeah. So
it looks cool.
So one of the things I want to say about it is, so it looked like it had. Or so you remember with the old Tony Hawk games, how when you would skate against your friends, one would be red, one would be blue, and you could take over little spots of like the park.
Yeah.
With your color, if you're grinding on a spot or you complete a trick.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing in this little park area. With this game too. You know what I mean? To where that whatever color your team is or whatever, it becomes that color when you finish or complete your trick. If you get a higher score than somebody else.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And something else that I saw that was pretty badass is that you have essentially a massive multiplayer group that can go down and do like one huge race. You know what I mean? So like downhill biking or something like that.
I got you.
And it was the game just looked like a bunch of fun.
Yeah, that's one of those games that you would literally, if you really want to have a lot of fun doing it, you get a whole bunch of your friends together that have the game and just fucking throw down.
Just get in a party and just fucking go.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
So we watched looked like it was part of the new animated series for the Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, you were saying something about that. You were telling me about that. It looked like it had Sam Fisher in it.
It is, yeah. It is Sam Fisher.
Okay.
So Ubisoft already announced that Sam Fisher of Splinter Cell fame is coming to Rainbow Six Siege as the new operator. And at this event, at Ubisoft Forward, the developers released this new animated trailer starring Fisher, to go ahead and give you a little more on his lore. So in the game itself of Rainbow Six Siege, which has been out for 5 years now, and I believe this is part of the 5-year anniversary of it,
right?
You get to go ahead and play as Sam Fisher.
Huh. Interesting.
So another game that had something in it. We didn't get to catch the trailer on this one, but it's For Honor. And one of the new storylines for it is the storyline called Resistance, and that's going to be coming out on September 17th, which is only 5 days from recording and 2 days from release date of this podcast. Another thing Ubisoft just continues to throw us is Just Dance. So you get the Just Dance 2021 game, which, look, they go ham with this shit.
Yeah, I can't dance. Let's just put it that way. I would try the game, but I'd probably break every bone in my foot. That's where I meant
every
to go.
Every foot in my bone.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'd snap ligaments and shit. Be carrying me off to the hospital. I don't need that.
Look, man, you get the same thing you always get with these games. You get popular songs. You can do dance and fitness style stuff to them. You have different features with the songs, and the game will be released on November 12th, and pre-orders are now available.
Cool.
Something that I thought was pretty neat, and I'm not sure. Okay, cool. And so you played Far Cry 3, right?
Far Cry 3 and all of them.
Okay.
Yes, I played all of them.
So we're getting a VR treatment to Far Cry 3.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. So it is going to be coming out in 2021, and it's just quite literally called Far Cry VR Dive into Insanity.
Oh.
So it will be so I'm not sure whether it's going to be available for you to go ahead and get for your PS VR or anything like that. It says that it will be available only at zero latency VR facilities. I don't know what the hell those are.
I don't either. I don't think we have any of those around here.
I don't think so either. So hopefully you do wherever you listen, because we about almost 15% of our listener, 15% of our listenership is out of the States. So
yeah, that's true.
Hopefully somebody can go ahead and find it. I have no idea.
Yeah, and if you do know what those are, send us an email or something. Inform us. Let us know what the heck that is, or maybe where we could find one.
Find one, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, right?
Absolutely.
Just a whole store of VR related things.
Just kind of just everybody basically just going Ready Player One.
Hell yes. Let's go.
So another game that just gave a little bit of trailer. It looks like we know next to nothing about it. Is called Agos, which is a game of space.
Oh yeah, I didn't see anything about this. So.
No, and look, we had a 2-minute reveal trailer. That's it. There's really nothing else on it. So we don't have any of that information. So obviously we do not know when it's coming out. Let's see here. Last one I want to talk about is something that I have had an issue I've been having more of an issue going back and forth in my head about, and it is Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh yeah.
So we got to see. We watched a little bit of another gameplay trailer to show you a few more characters that you could be, because obviously you can be the entire fucking city. You can recruit anybody.
Yes, you can.
And it's just.
It seems like a lot.
It's one of those games that I feel like will be immensely fun, but they don't. It kind of has that No Man's Sky kind of guidance, which basically there's none.
Yeah.
Because No Man's Sky, for the lack of better terms, it's basically just all right, go, just go to space,
go have fun,
go to space, find planets. And with Watch Dogs Legion, it's essentially, look, you want to overtake the corrupt government and all that shit.
But how do you do so? Give me some direction.
And you need to recruit people, but you can recruit the entire fucking city. That doesn't mean it's going to benefit you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just there's a lot going on with it.
It looks really cool. Again, it's going to be one of those video games that's super overwhelming unless there's some guidance that obviously, all the trailers that we see in the gameplay that we do see, you don't see a lot of objective-oriented style trailers, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
So maybe they're just leaving that out, and obviously when you play the game, it'll be in there. But who knows? It's one of those things you gotta wait and find out and see how it goes.
Yep. So, one of the biggest pieces of news that dropped this week had to do with some leaks that happened, which pushed this company to go ahead and drop their news. So, Microsoft has released the date, the release date, the pre-order date, and the prices of both the Series S and the Series X.
Yep.
So they're both going to be coming out November 10th. And the cool thing is what you get with these systems.
This is what I'm excited about. This is actually, remember how I always said, like, one game is going to sway me to, no, this right here, with this bombshell that you just dropped on my face before we fucking started this podcast, is actually what really has me more interested in the console itself than any game will.
Dude, they give you a lot on this.
That's what I'm saying.
So so first of all, like I said, we're getting these consoles November 10th. There are a lot of rumors on when the PS5 is coming out, roughly a week later. We don't have anything on that yet.
We have nothing yet.
We do know that there is going to be a showcase that's happening on the 16th.
Yes.
Which is a Wednesday, which is actually the Wednesday after this podcast airs.
Correct.
Here's what you get. So first off, one of the things I love about it is that you can do a monthly pay for the series, for the console itself.
For both of them, they have
For
it
both of
listed
them.
on.
So-
they have it listed for the X and the S on their website themselves.
Yes. So for the Series S, you can pay $25 a month
Mhm.
to go ahead and pay the system off.
I think the other one was 34.
I think it's $35.
Okay. So there you go.
The Series X, you can go ahead and do a $35 monthly payment, which starts you off perfect. I have no issue with that. So the next thing that comes with those payment plans, and I'm not sure if I think what I told you before about had to do with these payment plans. So doing the payment plan of these systems, you get the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Now the Ultimate gives you over 100 games to go ahead and play. Now those games do count. The Gears 5 is one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any Microsoft quote unquote exclusive, because whatever is exclusive for Xbox you can also play on PC. But so that's why I say exclusive in quotes.
Yeah.
But you get any of them, which is going to include Halo Infinite. You mean when that releases in early 2021, at least is what the projection is so far.
Yeah.
You also get something that was really big that actually happened earlier in the week, and you get EA Play.
Yeah, you told me about that. That's insane.
So
That is insane.
EA signed a deal with Microsoft to have EA Play as a part of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Word. Signed a deal with Microsoft, not PlayStation.
Yes.
Which makes this a Microsoft exclusive.
Yes.
It's insane.
So here's what you get out of it. You boys enjoy playing NHL.
Yes, I do. We do.
Yes, you and Andy, which obviously, as you guys if you can't tell already, Andy left early today, which is fine.
You know what? He wasn't talking that much in this podcast anyway, so it's fine. He had a gripe with everything we talked about. I hope you hear this, Andrew.
If you guys, he will. If you guys would be able to hear what we didn't keep on the recording.
Oh man, if we had a bloopers reel, y'all would love it.
Oh man. So, with me having a Game Pass Ultimate membership, I get to play the EA games flat out.
Here's my thing.
I get to download it and play against people.
But is that Ultimate Pass only eligible for the people that are doing the payment plan? Or if I'm like, here, all money down up front, ready to go, do I still get that?
That is something that I need to do a little more research on,
okay,
I will say.
So then we'll get back to you guys on that.
But I will say this. I have the Ultimate.
Right.
I have Game Pass Ultimate. So, yeah, I know. So, the EA Play is now a part of what I have.
Which is awesome.
Because basically I'm grandfathered in because I already have the Ultimate to begin with.
Right.
So, yeah, dude, you're talking just so many games, bro. So many games.
The thing is, if it's also going to be available for the people that are getting the Xbox Series X and they're paying the whole lump sum up front, then ideally that's literally happening for me. The first console I said I was going to buy was a PlayStation. No, it's going to be the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then I'll buy the PlayStation.
Even if you go ahead, even you're doing the Series X, you know what I mean, and you're doing the monthly payments, you're you're paying less in the end if you look at what if you look at what the console cost and then what it costs to go ahead and get the monthly subscription of the Game Pass. If you do the monthly payments, I mean straight off the gate, you're paying less by the time you're done paying it off.
Maybe it depends on it's like anything that you're
the ultimate's like a $15 a month subscription.
Right.
So you're already paying $35 for the Series X included in everything else.
Right. So roughly you're paying $20 a month for the console.
Yeah.
But how long is that console? How long are you paying for
I believe this
like
whole
a 2-year
thing.
So the Game Pass is good for 2 years, right? Is that basically the way it is?
I am trying to give you the information you're asking for.
That's fair.
I'm looking it up right now.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, so for everybody who wants to go ahead and do the pre-order for the Xbox Series X, including myself, or the S, depending on what you want, you can start that pre-order process September 22nd, 2020. So roughly 2 weeks from when, or no, roughly a week from when this airs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the expansion of Xbox All Access to 12 countries, offering you a next generation Xbox in 24 months of Game Pass Ultimate.
So it is 2 years.
Yes.
So if you're paying for the console for 2 years and you're paying for the Game Pass for 2 years, ideally you're actually saving money. I get it, but the thing is how much, if not, and you're paying.
Yeah, it's a little bit of math for you to do.
I don't feel like doing math.
I didn't say.
But here's the thing.
We're not here for math. We're here to talk games.
Here's the thing. If you're doing the whole financing, basically put it that way, if you're doing the whole quote-unquote financing of the console, and you're getting 2 years of the Game Pass, is the length of the payment for the console more than 2 years? Or is it the same as the Game Pass?
I don't believe so. I believe everything is just a two year payment.
So we already know, and we've talked about this, you, me, and Andy at the same time. We know that these companies, because of the whole pandemic and everything that's going on, they're going to be making pennies on the dollar, I guess you could say.
A lot of it, yeah.
So here's the thing: to make up some of the lost revenue, is there going to be an interest rate attached to these payments? I know this is like a lot of stuff to find out, but it'd be nice to be able to deliver this information to the listeners so they understand that there's either going to be maybe interest attached to the console as you buy it, or maybe not. You're just paying for the $5.99 or
so.
You know what I mean? You're paying for the price of the console, or there's going to be an additional price.
Okay, so
it.
I just figured I figured out a little bit of information.
Okay,
so,
perfect.
You go ahead, you say it's $35 a month, you go ahead and you're paying for 24 months, you're 2 years, so that's $840, right? You take... Calm down. Just listen to me.
I got you.
You take off the $500 that it would cost for the Series X regardless, right? Okay. So that's $500. You know what I mean? So that drops you down to $340. Then you go ahead and you look at what $340 would be if you divide that among 24 months, the 2 year. So you're talking about the subscription, you're talking about $14.16. Okay. Into which what normally is a $15.99 a month subscription is actually being paid about $1.70 something cheaper a month.
Okay.
So that's what you get.
Sweet.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So in the end, if you're looking at what I'm going to be paying for the all right. So if anybody decides to go ahead and pay for this the console in full, and then go ahead and do a 2-year subscription to the Ultimate, as opposed to what you would get within this monthly payment plan, you're paying less.
I got you.
All right.
Okay.
So that's my information for you.
No, you know what though? That's good information. That's information that it might help sway people to make their decisions based off of that. So that's a good thing. It's good info, Wes. Awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, you're talking about a savings at the end of the 2 years of about $20-$30.
That's not bad.
Nah.
That's not bad at all.
And look, man, with the way everything's going right now, and like we said before, with the pandemic, and you know what I mean, basically, for the most part, I mean, most of the people in this country staying home in order to go ahead and stay safe, or whatever the case may be with their jobs. I mean,
yeah.
Look, hopefully by the time, you mean later on in this year, maybe next year, we can go ahead and actually start getting people out safely.
Yeah.
To go ahead and, you know what I mean, start getting jobs and everything else.
Yeah, you're right.
Monthly payments just make things easier.
They definitely do.
You can, it works a lot easier to say, okay, I can manage
Yeah, I can
$35 a month.
Yeah, I can't drop X amount of dollars all at one time.
Exactly,
it's
because
nice.
I mean, if you get paid twice a month, I can manage taking $17 out of my paycheck and sitting it to the side.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I mean twice a month, as opposed to dropping 500 straight off the gate. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So,
yeah.
I get what they're doing. I like what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because obviously, look, it helps them sell systems because of the way things are right now.
You know what?
But like you said
they
earlier, though,
it sounds like somebody requested that. It sounds like a consumer brought that up,
I would think so.
or somebody brought up, like a friend of somebody that works for the company brought that up. They literally thought about the consumer. Like, I remember when we first started
Which
talking
is something
about,
we before said that we didn't
I was
think
going to say that.
they were
Remember,
thinking
I remember saying how these companies always think about themselves, and after seeing this is a wonderful thing. This is absolutely a wonderful thing. It's something that makes it as if they listen to the consumers, or they listen to the people that play their consoles, play their games, and buy their things. This is a good way forward. This is what we need. This is what we need companies to do. We need the companies to take some time out of their days to listen to the consumer. And it sounds like Microsoft did that, which is a beautiful thing.
And here's one thing that I completely forgot.
Yeah.
All right. So one thing I do remember is, once again, the backwards compatibility
Love
on
that, yeah.
on Xbox is better than anything we've ever had.
Right. So
on any other console.
The backwards compatibility is going to be literally Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Xbox. Some Xbox games.
I think it's gonna be some Xbox games, but
sign me up, boys and girls.
But most of the catalog of 360 and absolutely the One.
That's fucking fantastic.
You also have the X Cloud. The X Cloud gives you the ability to play on any Android tablet or phone.
Yep.
Regardless of where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. They still haven't figured a deal out with Apple yet. So, yeah, I mean, so obviously iPads and iPhones aren't part of this thing yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully they figure a deal out, because that would make shit fucking badass as hell.
Yeah,
See how I
cool.
have an iPad.
That'd be pretty
So you have the X Cloud on top of the backwards compatibility, on top of the EA Play, it's just,
well, the EA Play itself is just a
a
huge blow.
What it seems like Microsoft is doing more than anything. Oh, and another thing is that with the unboxing that a buddy of mine watched, I think it was Dan, he watched it. He said that there's only one HDMI port in the back, meaning that they're no longer looking at having this thing be, you know, go ahead and like working with like your TV and not your TV, but your cable box and all that other. I mean, it's just a system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not something to go ahead and integrate into your whole smart house type of shit.
Thank God, because that was one of the, at first when the Xbox One first came out, amazing design, like very ingenuitive at the time.
Yes.
But it really started to spiral out of control and downfall extremely quick.
Yes. So them going back. I mean,
yes.
basically taking a half step back and saying, okay, we're gonna be a console again.
We're gonna be a console again. We're not gonna be an entertainment system. Yes. Because that's what the Xbox One was. It was an entertainment system. Absolutely. It was not a console, and that's what rubbed me the wrong way with Microsoft. The Xbox 360 was hands down one of the best consoles ever created. Yeah. I don't care. You can fact check me. I don't care who sold more and who. I don't give a shit.
Oh no.
I appreciate your opinions,
dude, I have friends who are Sony diehards.
Yeah.
And they say the same exact thing.
Hands down, the best system and console ever made. I don't care. But what they did wrong with the Xbox One was turn it into an entertainment system instead of a console. Now, the information you just gave me, like you said, sounds like they're going back to the roots of just a console. If this is the case in point, holy shit, watch out.
It's going to make things a lot. It's going
to change my mind for sure on the whole way that they did us dirty with the Xbox One.
It seems to me that Microsoft decided to say, okay, we know we can't win the exclusives game. They know they can't win that game. And that's even with Gears and Halo.
I mean, they could if they just like signed on like a company like Black Myth that they're doing that game.
Yes.
Could you imagine though if Black Myth was literally an Xbox One or Xbox exclusive only?
Yeah, that should be nasty.
Okay, there you go. Sign me up.
But with the way the field currently looks,
Yeah.
they cannot win the exclusive game.
Not at all.
So basically what they're doing is saying, we might not be able to win there.
Yeah, but
but we have the most powerful console.
Yep.
Ever.
So, by the way, we also have EA.
So let me go ahead and make whatever you can't get on Sony the best possible thing you can go ahead and see on our console.
No,
and that's essentially what they're doing. And I can give kudos to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, I'm buying both consoles.
Yeah. We all three of us in the cast are. It's just a matter of what.
By April of next year, I'm going to have both regardless.
Yes.
That doesn't faze me. It's the fact that I've already had so much invested in the Xbox as it is, to where regardless of what happened with these things, I was going to go ahead and get it first anyway.
Yeah.
So I have, all this is doing is just making me just happier and happier. You know what I mean about it?
It's not converting me per se, but it's definitely making me excited because I am going to buy one. The first console I was going to buy, again, was going to be the PlayStation. The first console I'm going to buy is probably going to be the Xbox, from all the really good news that I've been hearing lately.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not buying the PlayStation. I'm still buying the PlayStation. I'm still a Sony fanatic. Let's put it that way. But
look,
the first console I think I'm going to buy this time around is going to be the Xbox, and I'm really, really excited to see what they have to offer. Again, being that they like this, when you told me that this is, I hope to God this is the way that they went, is away from the entertainment system and back to their roots of the console. If that's the case, it's going to be an amazing thing, at least for me and for others.
Oh, yeah.
But that was, like I said, that was my biggest. That's what left the nasty taste in my mouth with Microsoft, is they went away from their roots.
So
plain and simple.
So we talked about all of that.
Yeah.
To give you this.
Oh.
So Assassin's Creed Valhalla has decided to move up its release date by 1 week.
Oh yeah. That's
right. Now Valhalla is going to release on the same date that the Series X releases, and Series X, Series S. So now you have a game to play on the system to go ahead and really have fun with.
Yeah, I know. And I was going to do like a review on the game on the PlayStation 5, but I'm pretty sure my review on the game is going to be on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to see and hear from other people like, hey, I thought you liked PlayStation, huh? What happened, buddy? Fuck you guys, all right? I told you. If you listen to the podcast, I told you.
Yeah. So
but that's awesome. That's you're gonna have a. I wonder if they're gonna do like a game day, a game day or a game day one initial release with Valhalla or some shit like that. That'd be cool if they did like a.
That would be
like a special release for the game with the console. That'd be pretty neat.
Like I am super pumped for it, and like I said, I mean, I was gonna go ahead and buy the Series X first, regardless of what comes out first. But with having Valhalla, that's gonna be a great thing to jump into.
The thing is I was super excited for that game, and now I'm really excited for this console. And he's gonna be super mad at me, but I don't really give a fuck because it's my opinion and it's me. You can't tell me what to do.
So I only got a few more little articles for you. I mean, we can skim past these, or we can go ahead and talk into it. It really doesn't matter.
Well, we'll see.
So EA has announced that they are bringing in the character, obviously the football player Colin Kaepernick, in as a top free agent in the Madden 21 game. Mm-hmm. And it is the first appearance of Kaepernick since 2016.
Well, didn't the fans themselves reach out and say, hey, we'd really like to see him back in the game? I'm pretty sure they did.
I think they might have. So
there you go.
So for anybody who does not know the history of what is happening here, we'll just give you a brief synopsis. Mm-hmm. Colin Kaepernick decided during the preseason. I know, and that's fine.
Attaboy. Send her home, bud. Send her the fuck home.
I'm here for people either love me or hate me, whatever.
Hey, I'm cool with it. Let's go.
So 4 years ago, Colin Kaepernick during a preseason game decided to sit on the bench during the national anthem. It caused a lot of blowback, so from there, he decided to go ahead and talk to somebody who was in the United States military on how for him to go about his personal protest of police brutality at that point in time.
In a more respectful way.
So he was told that instead to sit, to kneel. And that's what he did. So he, among, I think, two other players on the San Francisco 49ers at that time, decided to kneel. And those players essentially got ostracized from the game. Yeah. Kaepernick got let go. He's essentially been blackballed from the NFL since. Mm-hmm. Another player that did that was I think Eric Reed was his name. Carolina Panthers eventually picked him up. I think He's been on the Panthers for at least 2 seasons, last I know.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of the other guy who was a part of these protests. But a lot of things got twisted because of political leanings onto why he kneeled during the national anthem. And look, whether you believe that or not is entirely on you. The reason that he has stated, and many documentaries have stated, that he knelt was because of police brutality that was happening within the black community, which is something that we are still dealing with today. Ergo, look at what's happening with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and everything else that's currently going on in the Black Lives Matter movement.
I have never been so sad in my entire life. Let's just put it that way. Like it's right now is a tough time period to be a human being. It's saddening. It's sickening at everything that's going on. And what makes it even more sad is raising children in this day and age.
Yeah.
And the only thing we can do is be our best self. This is just my opinion, and I love it, hate it, I don't give a fuck. Be the best version of yourself to make sure that this shit doesn't continue to happen.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, once again, obviously this is going to go ahead and gain a handful of people saying what they want to say, which is, look, man, it's your right as an American to go ahead and say anything you want to say about it.
Absolutely.
But to me, fucking A, let's go. Let's do it. I'm not going to sit here and say he deserves to get a starting position in the NFL. That's never what I'm going to say.
But here's the thing.
But the fact that he's been blackballed by the league is absolute horseshit.
And EA was like, hey, NFL, guess what? He's in our game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But, like, again, that's one of those things that falls back to a larger company took the time to listen to their people and give them what they wanted.
Yes.
I hope this is the way forward.
I hope so too. For
video games and everything else alike.
I really do. So we're gonna go from there, and we're gonna jump into something a little more lighter, just a tad bit,
just a wee bit.
Now this one I'm actually kind of sad that Andy's not here for, because this has to do with Legend of Zelda.
Oh, this is the one he was excited to talk about too, and
yeah,
here he is. You know what he's doing? Oh, by the way, just in case you're wondering, he's cutting his grass. Like you have, like, look, I'm gonna give you I'll give you real quick. Eastern Seaboard, fucking 2:00 in the afternoon. This man's saying I gotta cut my grass. By the way, weather today in this area is going to be 72 degrees at its hottest point today. Oh, and it's gonna be sunny all day.
Gorgeous fucking day.
All day. So,
by the way,
I don't know. He could just, have been here for this, and he let us down.
Okay, so there we go. This is what I wanted. So, Hyrule. All right, no, I was pulling up a different article on my phone besides Hyrule.
This man is so excited about too many goddamn different things. Wes, slow down, take a deep breath.
I do a lot here, so I go ahead. I try to make sure that I have everything going at once.
All right, let's.
Normally it doesn't work, but let's see what happens. So they announced a game called Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, and this game takes place 100 years before Breath of the Wild. So when you start Breath of the Wild, you learn about Link's past, and what he gains from his past is the warriors that he fought with before Zelda put him to sleep.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you fought with Mipha, Rivali, Urbosa, and Daruk. You know what I mean? So you had Mipha was the water people, the Zoras, okay. I believe is the proper term, or I like to call them fish people.
Yeah, so you can say that because Andy's not here.
Rivali were the ones who could fly. They were the birds. Urbosa were the same people that Ganon are, out in the sand. Shit, I can't remember the name of them right now. And then Daruk are the ones you find within the volcano.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and honestly, it looks to me that you get to play as these characters. You get to play as all of them, dude. You get to play as the champions.
Interesting.
So we just sat here and rewatched the trailer. I rewatched and
I watched the first
Anthony,
time.
Yeah, I can't get your names together. Jesus Christ.
He's like an old pop-up. Andrew, Anthony, fuck!
Thank
you!
Yeah, you over there, you. So we just watched the trailer, and you hands down get to play
Yeah.
as the champions, dude.
Yeah. And we were talking about this actually kind of during the trailer. I have not finished Breath of the Wild. I'm probably maybe like 30 minutes, hour tops into the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when this drops, I might actually just start Breath of the Wild over. But leading up to it, because this game is almost like a prequel, I might play this first and then play Breath of the Wild.
I like that idea.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's literally, by the looks of the trailer, the story that you would that comes before Breath of the Wild, before you're reawoken.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. I'll go with that.
Before you woke up.
Before you done woken it up. So yeah, there's that. Looks amazing. Same artwork as before.
Yeah, same cell shaded design.
Same.
I mean, you get to go ahead and use the Sika slates.
Same every bit of amazing as Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't believe we have an actual release date on this.
Yeah. I didn't see any.
No, I didn't see anything either. But I don't honestly. It's going to come out before Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh, don't
which
fucking
is fine.
care. Just give it to me.
It is going to support local 2-player co-op as well.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
That's badass.
Which makes it look like it's going to be a lot of fun. You know what I mean, for a standard Switch, and instead of say a Switch Lite to where you can't pop the sides off for the controllers.
But that would still be pretty cool if you could link up and play on the Switch Lights together.
It would.
So
it really would.
maybe we'll see something about that too a little bit later down the line. Later down the line.
So if you decide to pre-order the game, you will also receive the Lucky Ladle, which is an in-game bonus weapon for Link.
Nice.
Quite literally, he's standing there with a wood shield and like just a ladle in his hand. Like, it actually looks pretty cool.
Let me serve you some soup. Let's go.
So our next article is one that we talked about before. It has to do with Gotham Knights, and we got information about and this is gonna be very quick. So we got information about the playing styles of the characters that you get to play as. So you get to play as Red Hood, Nightwing, Robin, and Batgirl.
Yep.
I mean, just basically, I mean, the top echelon of the Bat family. I will say, I hope that they decide to come out with more DLCs and you get more of the Bat family.
Yeah, I want to play as Alfred.
Well, I'm talking more like Damien. You mean his Bruce Wayne's actual son.
Alfred.
Well, Alfred was a badass, man. Before he ended up becoming, the butler.
Hence Alfred.
So,
that'd be pretty cool.
So Robin, who's Tim Drake, is a stealth-focused character. He fights using his collapsible quarterstaff.
Fuck.
And yeah, I know. And he is an expert at using status effects to disrupt enemies. Another thing I saw with Robin was the fact he was able to he can link up with the Watchtower, which is the main hub of like the Justice League, in the DC universe, and it's in space. He can link up with it and like teleport up to it and then teleport back down. You can like trace wherever you want to be, on the rooftops and stuff, and you can do it that way. The next one you have is Batgirl, who's Barbara Gordon, and she is laser focused, highly resilient, and she's a very efficient melee fighter.
Oh, I was gonna say, give me a brawler.
Oh yeah,
there you go. So that's pretty badass.
She can weaponize her environment by using her hacking skills. What? Because before she became Batgirl, then you had the Killing Joke happen, into which she was shot in the back, paralyzed by Joker, and then it looks like she got some type of surgery in order to be able to get the use of her legs again.
That's pretty badass.
So
I can get behind that.
So the fact of her Oracle, her being Oracle and her being able to hack everything, you can use that with her still being Batgirl. So I figure that's pretty badass. And you use the Tonfas, which are the old school looking police batons.
Oh, the one.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat. Those style things.
Yes.
And you use her training in kickboxing, capoeira, and jiu-jitsu.
Bet. I think I found the character I'm going to be.
Did you?
Hell yeah. Her.
So the next one you have is the original Robin himself.
Yeah.
Dick Grayson, a.k.a. Nightwing.
Dick. So. Well, I mean,
So obviously, due to his background, he is an acrobat. So he is acrobatic. He uses more exaggerated style of fighting. So he does a lot more like arm motions and hand motions. He's a lot more.
I'd like to over exaggerate how I fight instead of straightforward fighting.
And then
my name's also Dick.
He fights with his signature Eskrima sticks, which are basically just.
Bless you.
Thank you. Which are basically just batons.
Yeah.
And then the last person we have is Jason Todd, who initially everybody thought was dead and was killed by Joker, but he came back and became the Red Hood. So he is known as a brutal brawler.
That's my guy then. I said brawler, not martial artist. So here we go.
He is highly focused on his gunplay, but
Let's go.
But it looks like he leans more towards the Bat family's, their mantra, which is "Do not kill."
Hands on.
Well, no, it looks more like his guns have just like bullets that can incapacitate instead of say kill.
So like a rubber bullet.
Roughly.
Sweet.
So
I'm cool with that.
He has the peak human strength and proficiency in multiple combat techniques.
Okay, that's my guy.
So
when we play, that's my guy. I call dibs.
Okay.
Right.
That's fine. You can take him.
I did. Dibs.
Honestly, I'll probably run with Robin. I love the bow staffs.
And we'll probably be playing on the Xbox Series X, but don't tell Andy that. Just because he'll get that face that he had earlier when we started talking about away.
I really wish we did this in video, because then we could go ahead and just pause that face.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, that face is a face you would like to see. It would be turned into meme gold or Jiffy GIF.
Yeah, yeah, Jiffy GIF, perfect. So the last article I have is something we touched on a little bit earlier. So Sony announced that they are going to be doing a showcase for the PlayStation 5, and it will be broadcast on Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. And that will be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I will be at work.
I will just be getting home, and my kid will not get the TV. So I will say that right now.
You're a lucky man.
Oh, Wednesday? I gotta pick her up first. Oh, well, it's all right.
I'm right there with you. I know the feels. I know what it's like.
Yeah, so 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Cool. It looks like the showcase will feature updates on the latest titles from the worldwide studios and our world-class development partners. But we all know the real reason why they're doing this, and it is because ever since there was a leak for the Xbox with the Series S and X, and then Xbox said, you know something? We're just going to put it out there and just say it, because they were actually saving it for next week.
You know PlayStation is going to try and undercut them on price.
They're going to try to undercut them, but what PlayStation is basically saying, all right, our hand is being tied. We have to go ahead and say something now.
I mean, technically, they don't have to.
They don't have to.
They don't have to, but business-wise, smart to.
You realize that under normal circumstances, we get prices for consoles like roughly 4 to 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
We're looking right now at 2 months.
I blame the pandemic.
We're looking right now at 2 months, and we're just now getting the prices. It's been ridiculous, but
let's just hope these consoles are actually like issue free. Knock on wood.
I like that thought.
Yeah,
I like that thought.
It's a wishful thinking sort of thing. But they're both gonna have their issues, whatever they may be. Seems like they always do. You know what I mean?
Look, man, first runs always end up that way.
I know. And then they come out with like these wicked, awesome fucking whatever fucking packages like a month later. Like, why did I just fucking wait? I bought the fucking game day edition and I'm fucking stupid.
Which is actually one of the reasons why I'm waiting for the PlayStation.
Fuck.
Because I expect that.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
You ready?
What?
You ready?
What time is it? Is it that time?
So, we're getting into it. -1. But he wasn't playing anything, so it doesn't matter. Anthony has new things to tell us. And I have stuff to go ahead and kind of reveal. Stuff and things. So, Anthony, please tell me what we are playing. So, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I'll make mine quick. Mine's not really super crazy in depth. So, as you know, I don't know if the listeners know, but as you know, Nina had surgery.
Yes.
Which incapacitated her.
Incapacitated.
I know the word. I just wanted to have fun.
With your...
You never let me have any fun, Dad.
Shut up, boy.
But so she's not working and stuff like that, and I'm kind of going like straight just dad mode, doing my thing, you know what I mean? So I have not had time to sit in front of a TV to really sit down and enjoy video games or that kind of stuff. Because by the time I'm done work, get the kid, feed the kid, watch the kid, put the kid to bed, the other kid, which is me, is ready for bed as well. So during that time when she's eating dinner and stuff like that, I went the route of my Nintendo 3DS, and I picked up because I never played them, so I picked up Pokemon Ultra Sun. Yep.
Nice.
Never touched it. Always wanted to buy it. I was just like, fuck.
Isn't that the remake?
I have no idea.
It's like Ultra Sun, like Silver Moon, like it's
There's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So, and I'm pretty sure it was Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
and I just think that's
so
like
this might be the remake.
I think it is.
Okay.
So it's awesome. I have had a blast playing it so far.
Those games are real. One of the best things about those games is that they're real easy to pick up and put down, and you know, and you can save quick, so you're not losing your place.
Exactly. That's kind of the thing I need right now because I'm like I said, I'm straight dad mode and stuff like that. So this is literally like the perfect thing for me to have. I can keep an eye on the kid, and I can still play a video game and enjoy my time. And then there's times that she'll come and sit with me, sit on my lap, say, "Hey, Dad, what are you doing?" Or, "Dad, can I see?" And I'll sit there play for like an hour or two, and she's just watching, and she'll like hit the buttons needed to throw the Pokeball, or there's a way to care for the Pokemon after a battle and stuff like that. Okay. So she'll grab like the little the stylus, and she'll clean off the Pokemon or stuff like that. So I mean, it's been nice being able to kind of play a video game again that's not like a mobile game and I'm just sitting there and I can just like. It's been nice to be able to actually play a video game that has some depth to it again.
Yeah.
And she's actually kind of enjoying it as well, so it's pretty cool. It's been nice.
Wicked.
But I'm also doing all of this because I can transfer all the Pokemon over to Pokemon Home, and I like to catch them all. So that's another reason. Plus, I also got the deal. I finally paid for and downloaded the first DLC for Pokemon Shield or Sword and Shield. I have Shield, but I finally
I need to get back into that.
Yeah, so I finally got the DLC.
Yeah.
But I didn't really start the DLC per se. I got to the island and then I stopped there, and that's it because I wanted to kind of backtrack a little bit. Plus, the 3DS battery life is a lot longer than Nintendo Switch Lite is. Like I could sit there and play on the 3DS for like a solid 3.5-4 hours non-stop, right? As to where the battery is already like dead on the Switch Lite.
Shit.
Not dead per se, but it's definitely down there, and I have to charge. As to where the 3DS, you can close it, put it off to the side. It's kind of like in sleep mode.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. So, but I can't. Well, you know, I'll continue to talk about it here on out with the podcast and stuff like that. But that is what I have been playing so far.
Nice.
How about you? What do you got?
So I jumped in another Freaky Friday run, and I was able to get the med kit that I need to get, and then I was able to make it back to my start point that my save point that I started at the beginning of the mission that I was or the beginning that I was running last night.
Sweet. So that's
solid. So because I played 2 weeks ago, and I ran through the whole. I played for like an hour and a half, and I ran through the whole thing. I didn't find what I was looking for, but then I ended up in a locker. Go figure. And then
brought to you by Wes in a Locker.
Yes, that is my style.
It's true.
But then I got caught by the alien and it ate me. And honestly,
after that hour and change of like getting progressing through the game.
Yes, and I got look, man. I wasn't really in the mood. I mean, 2 weeks ago there was a lot more happening. You know what I mean? In the world environment. You know what I mean? That just kind of had me like down a little bit. So I wasn't really in the mood to kind of play. But I did it anyway, and then I went from there and just played Fall Guys from that point on. I just fucked around with Fall Guys, and that was fun.
Yeah. But, hey, news really quick for you. Remember you always asked me to like hop on Fall Guys?
Yeah.
I fucking forgot to put that in my free downloads. I don't have the game like I thought I did. Hence why you never see me on Fall Guys.
Okay then.
But I think I'm gonna actually check it out. I just buy the goddamn game. I don't care. It's worth it.
It's
worth it. I've seen you play it. I've seen so many other people like on Twitch and shit like that play it. It's just so much fun. Like it's the type of game like if you get pissed off at that game, then you should not play video games.
If you get like a half hour, 45 minutes to be able to fuck around, it is it is the perfect game.
Absolutely.
So another game I decided to kind of start messing with. I mean, I got done the tutorial and actually played, I think, 2 or 3 rounds last night. Was Spellbreak, And Spellbreak, you're a mage, and you wear these gauntlets. I mean, the gauntlets can either be like lightning gauntlets, fire, earth, wind, toxic.
Earth, wind, and fire.
And then something else.
Great band.
Awesome band.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
But, I forget what there's 6 of them. I can't remember what all of them are. But last night I threw down with Jacob from the Spaghetti Boys.
Hell yeah.
And then I also threw down with Adrian from Unknown Games Podcast.
The
guys over in Japan.
Oh,
because
you guys are lucky.
Because they're
I want to live with
they're
you.
like 13 hours ahead of us.
Can I come live with you? Get back to me. Thanks.
Right? Yeah, so they're 13 hours ahead of us. So and then I jumped on this morning. I didn't jump on game, but I jumped on Twitch and I was watching Adrian go ahead and do this crazy fucking game that I've never even seen before. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was having a blast with. But what else am I doing? Oh, I will be starting the DLC, the 4th DLC, the Fuster Clock. Krieg's.
What did you call me?
You know exactly what I called you.
My bad.
Yeah, so Krieg's Fuster Clock. I just want to make sure I keep on saying it correctly. Because that DLC dropped last week.
That's Borderlands.
Yes, Borderlands 3. And
which I still have yet to finish.
That's alright. Fuck.
I'll get there.
When your wife gets better, you and I will. We'll have a few sessions.
Yes. Deal.
But
Done.
yeah, man, that's basically all I honestly haven't really thrown down on much else.
That's actually a lot.
That's
more than Andy and myself combined.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're moving my daughter to the 2nd floor of the house to her own big girl room. So I've spent most of my time the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting the room ready and all this other stuff. And I'm probably not going to do a Freaky Friday this Friday coming up because we're going to start crib training my youngest because he's a year old. And that shit needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically I don't want to have to keep on pausing to go upstairs to handle things.
Shots.
You ain't lying.
I know.
You ain't lying.
I know. Hell yeah.
But so hopefully that goes well, and then I'll be able to probably try to stream some point. You know what I mean, later on in the week. I hit 40 followers on fucking Twitch.
Oh boy,
we're so close, dude. 10 more to 50, and then I got to go ahead and just grind the last little bit of things in order to go ahead and get that affiliate.
Hell yeah, brother.
So if you listen and you have a Twitch account, or if you listen and you don't have a Twitch account, create a Twitch account and please follow.
I'll tell you about
us, all of us actually. So, yeah, that's all we have for What Are We Playing? We're going to end this off with Anthony telling you where you can find us in every and all platforms.
It's that time again. What's up, Crippies? It's time to connect with CGC. Hell yeah, brother. You can check us out on Twitter. It's @ConsoleCrew. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I led up to like a huge finish there.
It was the best I could do when I created it.
Yeah, it's super fucking simple. We have our website, which is www.consolegamingcrew.com, which is also attached to our Gmail, which we like to have people email us.
It would be appreciated.
It would be much appreciated, so then we can talk about you on the podcast and get some ideas. We always like ideas for new shows and stuff like that. That is consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. We have our YouTube channel, which is up and running, like I say every time. The podcasts are now on there as well.
Yeah, the podcasts get posted every Monday, as well as every Monday, just like the regular podcast does.
Look at that.
And
Mondays. Look at this on Mondays.
The more that we play games, the more I'll be able to go ahead and edit content in, and we'll be able to do reviews on games or stuff like that. So
hell yeah. And then we also have our Instagram, which is Console Gaming Crew, which I think that's what our Twitter should be, but that's just me. And then we have our Facebook page, which is Console Gaming Crew as well. Again, this falls back onto what Wes said about Twitch. If you have a Twitch, sweet. If not, you should get one. It's fun. It's free. It's free, and you can watch us play, and we would appreciate it. Anyway, these are the names. This is Wes, which is Dragon_CGC. We have Andrew, which is Scooby CGC, and we have myself, which is CGC underscore Squishy Soprano. Hey, you should always check us out. Reach out to us. Have a good time with us.
Please do.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the podcast. I've actually been pretty good with this.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Well, no. So I want everybody to, if they haven't yet, please throw us a 5-star review on any and all apps that you listen to us, if it's available, and give us a 5-star and give us a review. Let us know what you think about us, good or bad. If you think we do something wrong, please tell us. We'll either try to correct it or we'll say, hey, that's us. Sorry. But
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
We you know.
we're malleable, but I mean, we're also just us.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go with that. Hey, you know, but until next time.
Until next time, y'all, stay safe. Wash your hands.
Just please wash your hands. That's just gross, you know when you go potty. Okay, anyway, but until next time.
And get your game on.
Hell yeah.